What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Melanie Method. Welcome back to the Melanie Method Show. It has been a long time for me. It has been a long, long time since I gave y'all the tea and the gossip and everything that's going on. Normally, I come to y'all real political and all that, you know. But I'm not going to touch on politics really hard tonight. I'm gonna like touch into what's going on with me and just take it from there. My YouTube game sucks. It always did suck. But I appreciate the people that have subscribed and stayed subscribed to me. It sucks because I just never I have to live my life. And it's always about money. I don't have time. But what I'm saying, so anyway, where do I begin? It is gonna be a smoke session. It's gonna be a smoke session. Eventually I'm about to take this top off because it's very hot. I moved back to Pittsburgh, so I have been in Pittsburgh technically living since like around the beginning of May. It was the beginning of May when I moved back, but I had to move here backwards, if that makes sense. Like, because I had to force myself out of Indiana. Because Indiana is one of them places where if you don't force yourself out of there, you'll just die there. You really will. It's nothing really happening there. And what I mean, nothing's happening there. It's hard to get a job. It's hard to get a job. Yes, I have a record. I have an arrest record. For those that have watched my channel, you guys know that while I was living in Arizona, I went to jail. That just sounds hilarious. So that does make it a little bit harder to get a job. But even with that being said, it's not even all about that. It's just the fact that it just isn't a place where you can get a job really easy. It just isn't. So if you lose a job or if you get one you don't like and you have to quit it for either whatever reason it is, you're gonna be really hurt. Like you're gonna be really hurting for a minute. And now my mind kept going as I was living there. And I was seeing how I was going like for months without working. See, I was receiving government assistance. So my rent was like whatever. It was whatever. When I didn't work, I didn't hardly have to pay no rent, so it didn't matter. When I first moved to Indiana, there we go, because I can't really say it, Indiana. Because I be wanting to say Indianapolis. I hate that name, Indianapolis. Anyway, but when I first moved to Indiana, I was living in more of a upscale location. I was on the west side of Indianapolis in a town called Avon. And there was all types of shops and all of that, and everything was happening, so there wasn't no jobs. Anyway, I took a job with an insurance company. It was Geico, because Geico had hired me to work for them right after I got arrested. I just started going crazy and applying for other jobs in different states because I knew I did not want to stay in Oklahoma. I wasn't staying there. I'm not going to stay nowhere where they arrest you just for like drooling the wrong way. We don't do that. No, we weren't going to do that. So I had already knew that if you want to move somewhere, sometimes you got to do it backwards. Sometimes you can't get a property somewhere. Sometimes you can't rent a place. Sometimes you got to get a job. Because a lot of people they value you by do you have income? You know, it already is going to look bad that you just started a new job. Some people don't view you like that as long as they can show that you had consistent work in the past. But Pittsburgh people are very hard. They are. So I knew that it was going to be probably a tough time finding a rental because people here are very like paranoid and crazy here. They're crazy as hell. Really, you should own a crib in Pittsburgh. You really don't want to be renting from no one because they have that old school mentality that they can show you a property that's filthy dirty and that you're going to pay 12, 13, $1,400 for it. Never to mind that there's rust all over the appliances. Never to mind, you can tell it hasn't been cleaned in like a year. And they'll show you a property like that. And they'll call it an open house. It's an open house, you know. And so I already knew before I even got here because I know my town, I know my city, I know my well, I don't know the whole state, but I know Pittsburgh. So I knew it was going to be some shit. It was crazy when I moved here in 2021 because I had no problems. I got a crib here within like 2, 3 days. But it was because I had a lot of money though. I came with a lot of money. I had like a mortgage company job. People respect shit like that. So I was lucky and I had the money. The dude was about to try to get out of renting to me. I got approved for a crib even prior to finding that one. So either way it goes, I had a crib when I moved here because I had a job too. I had a virtual job with a mortgage company. So there was like no saying no to me. There was no saying no when I moved here in 2021. Everything fell in place. Everything was just falling in place for me. It was almost like I was meant to come back here because I was. And I should have not ever allowed anything to make me move from here. It won't happen again though. It would have let when I moved in 2023, it was like I said, I begged my mom. I said, Mommy, I'm a little bit short for this rent to own crib here. And I really want it because my credit had got bad while even worse while I was living in my apartment on the south side. And so, but when I started applying for cribs, Pittsburgh and PA and the East Coast and Gerald, probably Massachusetts is like they're all this East Coast. They're very picky about credit. They are. They can, and it's real crazy because they want you to have like a 650 to 680 credit score, and the crib be broke as hell. The crib be busted. You be seeing roaches and shit. I'm about to tell y'all some stories of what I've been going through since I came back. And it's not a shock because I knew it was going to be like this. At least I knew what to expect. But the last time it was like I got the carpet rolled out for me. Sometimes everything that glistens isn't gold, because everything was happening to me too fast and too easy when I moved back here in 2021. I got in a relationship. I thought I was happy. I thought I was going to be with that person. You know what I mean? All of this shit turned to hell like real fast too. It was only like maybe like a year and a half, 18 months, something like that. But even prior to that, though, I was seeing it turn to hell for months as far as my relationship. But everything else still was going right though. And that's why I should have forced myself to stay here. But we can't cry over spilled milk. It is what it is. I learned. And my relationship really didn't have nothing to do with me leaving. It really didn't. It didn't. It was more so that people were not trying to help me stay here. And I kept begging. My mom put me on a wild goose chase for no reason. Meanwhile, we ended up back her and she doesn't even have as much money as she had from the beginning, but it's because she didn't prioritize it the right way. She kept wanting to do everything against me instead of working with me. And meanwhile, she's living with me anyway. So how does that make sense? But I'm not here to dig on her. I'm not here to dig on anybody. I'm just here to tell y'all everything I've been going through because it's crazy shit. It's funny. It's sad. It's a little bit of everything. So I just decided to leave Indiana, even though I had it made with the whole rent situation. I did because I kept getting mice in the house I was living in. I couldn't get no work. I had a job this because this girl I was working with, she had got me a job um selling insurance. I was supposed to be doing inbound. It was supposed to have been inbound sales. It was not that. Insurance companies are such a scam. I'm sorry to be getting off the topic and going in riddles, but I'm trying to think of everything. But it was not inbound sales at all. It was basically outbound cold calling. Because what was happening is, oh my God, it was so crazy. I'm trying to think how it worked. How it worked was the person before me that got the person on the phone, it was coming in from a dialer. So they were dialing out. What they were doing is basically just reading a couple different things to them, seeing if they quickly seeing if they even met the criteria, and they were just throwing the call over to us. And it was our responsibility to turn that cold call into a sale. I'm not interested in cold calling. It's 2025. People don't have money. It's hard times. We're trying to recover from that busted ass economy that the Biden administration put on us because that's what happened. People don't have to be in reality. People can keep being a liberal and being all ugly. God, hopefully my video don't reach many Pittsburgh people because I'm in a liberal city now and I work at a liberal firm. Everyone that works with me is liberal. I can tell. I can tell about the green and purple hairstyles, the shorts that's all the way up to their ass crack, and um, you can tell they're delusional. You can tell a lot of them are on medications, antipsychotics. Even one even came out and told me they were on antipsychotics. So I basically work with all liberals. And I'm so much of an athlete when it comes to dealing with human beings that I'm just dealing with it. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we all bleed the same. We are human beings. It's just that when you're not wired up here effectively, you're useless because you can't make solid decisions. But I got off topic. I did get heavily off the topic, so I'm sorry, y'all. This is why people plan their videos and they write it out. I don't have time for all of that. I really don't. I just freestyle the shit, whether people like it or not. But when I seen when that was cold calling for real. And I seen how none of us was really getting sales hardly in my training group and all that, even though it was an hourly pay, it wasn't worth it because they were going to not pass you on if you couldn't get those cold calls into sales. And I'm the type of person, I'm not going to be begging and kissing nobody's ass to get sales. That's just not who I am. So then I get a great opportunity with Gerber Life. And everything was going swell. I was supposed to have started the end of April. Yeah, the end of April. And this bitch, some kind of way, she gets my background check and sends me the report in red, thinking that's going to scare me. And I'm like, ma'am, I've been could have told you that. I have an arrest record as if I never was convicted. So she knew she couldn't really deny me for the job for that, which she really could have, but she knew I could have had a legal case against her. Being I was never convicted, and she was like personally judging me. So you can't win whether you work for liberal companies or conservative companies because you can tell Gerber was greatly conservative because they were very strict and old school about their whole hiring process, and that's good and it's not good because you can discriminate against people that don't even deserve to be discriminated against in situations like that. So she waited the next day. Then she came at me again and sent me a shitload of all my jobs, all my employers from years. It was like, why didn't you include all these on your applications to us? And they want to send me an adverse action as if I don't know what an adverse action is. The adverse action is basically telling you go fuck off, kick rocks. We rescinded your offer. We don't want you. And that's what happens when you have a record. That's what happens when you have a record. And they just don't know. It hurts sometimes, but I'm going to keep moving. No matter what happens, I'm going to keep moving. So bye bye. Bye bye. You can keep your little $21 an hour. I made more than that several times, you know. And kiss my cunt. Lick my clit, you know. Because they're going to beg you on to the next. So I knew I was like, I don't want to be in Indiana no more. This shit taking real long for me to get jobs and shit because it was. It was really what that was a virtual job. I just happened to get lucky that a recruiter found me and she contacted me and she hope I just knew I was gonna be cool. And at that time I had started another contract job from home and that one was okay, but it was like their software was kind of flimsy and it was like paid by was it paid by the minute? Then it was going to eventually go to a low hourly pay, some bullshit. I was like, that ain't even seeming right either. And so I just said, fuck it. I was like, I know where I want to be. I said, so I may as well just start applying for jobs there. So I switched my resume, started applying for jobs in Pittsburgh, and I basically forced myself back here. That's what I did. It worked. It worked. My crazy ass plan worked. It usually always does. My plans usually work. Uh, so I got a job here. And I work with patients and I do what I got to do. I'm not going to say where I work, obviously. And I'm making decent money. I got really good benefits. Let's just say that my benefits are like, to be honest, it's really some of the best benefits I've ever had in my life out of all the jobs I've ever had. So, knock on wood, I'm just waiting to see what's going to go wrong. I've talked to other people that work there. They said they still been waiting on things to go wrong there. And they done been there for 3 years. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not being picky though, because I ain't got no choice. I'm about to get my record expunged. I'm gonna apply. I'm gonna hire the attorney in August because that's when I'll have enough money to do it. It's gonna cost me between $1,000 to $2,000 for an Oklahoma attorney to get it expunged, and then it's probably gonna take 6 months fully for it to get done, or it could come sooner, but they said up to 6 months, or it could be 6 months to a year. So let's just say it's a year. I'm gonna have to wait all the way to August of 2026 for my record to be expunged, my arrest record. But you know what? I don't care. As long as it's in the works, that's all that matters. So I got to do that. I busted my ass to get this crib here. I busted my ass. I got a nice house. I live on the east side. I live on the east side, which I didn't think I was going to end up doing. It's a nice house. I would have to do a tour with you guys. I got like a 3 bedroom. Really, it's a 2 bedroom in my opinion, because the third bedroom really could be an office. But it does have a window and it does have a closet, so that makes it considerably a bedroom. But I say two bedroom and a den. And then I got one and a half. I really got three bathrooms. I don't know how I keep moving to Pittsburgh and having three toilets. I guess it's luck because Pittsburgh homes don't have that shit. So I got a bathroom on the first level because my mom and my youngest sleep downstairs in the dining room. This place is very nice. I gotta say it. It's very nice. I got a bathroom up here, obviously, because me and my eldest we sleep upstairs, and then I got all types of closets. I got the original like the glass knobs from the old days because the house was built in 1910. The foundation is impeccable. And they were saying they're likely interested in selling the property. So if I can qualify for FHA loan, which I should be able to, because my credit is pretty good now since I filed the bankruptcy. I just got to keep it at a good pace and don't let nothing challenge mess me up from now until like January. And I should be able to get an FHA loan. So I might buy this. I'm not sure though. I'm really not sure because I'm still thinking about maybe potentially moving back to the city because I like how I can get to everything quicker from the city. So I'm looking at either over where I used to live out on the some south side somewhere. If I'm lucky to like maybe cop a foreclosure out on the west side, Cranberry, if I'm lucky to get one for maybe 150, 160K. And maybe the North Shore. If I'm lucky, I'll have to move to the hood. But them is the areas where I would prefer to be. However, they're all rat territories. In some kind of way, I don't think I'm getting any rats in this house because my basement is bone dry. I've never seen a basement just dry and in impeccable shape as this one. Daddy has the nerve to have a old coal heater down there. It don't work, but you probably can repair it and get it to work again. It's deep. This house is amazing. It is, I gotta say it. But it's just gonna be the renovations of it because eventually the bathroom really should be updated. That's gonna cost money because the walls are so thick. The walls are basically soundproof. Me and my daughter, we sleep next to each other. I can't hear really shit she's doing. She can't hear what I'm doing because these walls are like, these are concrete walls. So like I said, the foundation is impeccable. We have no AC. So it's hot as hell in here and I'm starting to feel it. So I'm gonna have to get a couple wall AC units. I'm mad as hell about that because I hate shit like that. That's that East Coast shit. Even Indiana, both of the cribs I had AC. So and yeah, Oklahoma did too because it broke, but then she put a new one in or some shit. So I'm not. I hate living somewhere that don't have central air. I hate that. Because Arizona spoiled me. I lived in Arizona like for 17 years. I had AC every place I lived at because it's practically a law in Arizona that you have to have AC because of the weather conditions. Oh my God, my cat is just laying there looking so cute. Why is she looking like that? Take a picture. Hold up, y'all. It's so funny. I will let y'all see, but I don't want it to tear the camera because I'm already doing this video a crazy way, an unorthodox way that I'm not used to doing. So hold up. I gotta take a picture of her like that. Why is she laying like that? Why is her teeth hanging out like that? She won't move her head. I hate man. Hey. I got her. I was some good shots. I was like, she was like, it was hilarious, man. Oh my God. I got rid of one of my cats. I had to do it. I got rid of Coke, the gray and white one, because he didn't want to stop pissing. He was not potty trained and he was trying to piss and say he wasn't coming here. I got carpet in here too. When I have Moon and Charlie, you can't even smell I got fucking cats. Like right now, they go in that litter box. So nah, I'm cool. I have to get rid of him. God forgive me. That's I have to unburden myself from what was for what can be. And I had to get rid of that nigga because he was tripping. He really was. I was like, nah, we ain't about to be living like this. We ain't. Because if they did that shit, I wouldn't have fuck with them. It's because they were trained prior to me getting them. They were whatever they do at that shelter in Ohio, where I got these two at. They did an impeccable job. It's like they were in the military or some shit because like they don't like not going in their litter box. They don't. If they go somewhere else, it's my fault. Because that means I didn't clean the litter box or something like that, or they didn't have access to it. That's a rarity. That's a rarity. So those two, they cool with me. They cool any day. I make sure they fed. I always make sure they stocked up on their food. They cool with me. I got a nice backyard, so my dog is happy too. So we've been letting her out there, and then we bring her back in. So yeah, this house is nice though. It's just I just keep thinking about the future, about the renovations. And I keep thinking about how I would have to get an AC unit. That's going to cost between $2,000 to $5,000, depending. Really, it probably would only be 25 because I shouldn't have to upgrade the furnace. The furnace looks new because he got all new duct work in here, so that's good too. New water heater, so I wouldn't have to do that. So that is cool. So I don't think we can get no rats in here. That's what's making me want to stay because I don't do rats. And the city of Pittsburgh has a problem with rats. They have a whole fucking hotline just for rats. I didn't know this shit. See, I'm slipping on my rat game. I didn't know that Pittsburgh had like a SWAT team and shit for rats and shit. Like it's like a 311 number and shit when you call to report rats and shit. I was like, oh no, see, this is bad. And I started thinking about how I was on that south side. They be over there and they know when I'm there and I know when they're there. We know when each other is present. I know when they're coming from. They was in that Oklahoma jail too. They were there. I felt them. I knew they were going to come. I felt like if I would have went in that little area where they wanted people to take a shower at, I mean, obviously I could have got shanked, something like that. But I kept feeling one was just going to come and just lay right on my fucking foot. No, I'm glad I got out of there. That's I got in and out. I spent them 8 hours in there and I got the fuck out and went to work. I can feel when there's a rat, y'all. Like I can feel now, I can feel their energy. Like legit, if I were to get a rat in here, I'd know immediately. I would know. I would feel it. I can feel when they're close. It's that bad with me and rats. So, nah, nigga. It's bad enough it still could happen here, but we would have to let them in through the door because they're not getting in that foundation. The foundation has no holes. I was looking in the basement. I just see no holes at all. And that's why I keep thinking in the back of my mind. I'm like, ugh. I'm like, girl, I don't know. You might want to just chill if you can get that love. Mm. You know, and I wouldn't have to move my stuff out of here. Because I'm tired of moving. Oh, let me tell y'all what I went through though. See, I'm bullshit. Let me spark up. I gotta take this hot ass sweater off. So y'all gonna have to give me a minute. Because I had just got off of work at 9. And then I did like a grocery run. And then I had to go get my mail from the south side because I still get mail over there. And I get mail here, but I gotta stop getting it over there because it's starting to get stupid now. Because why am I still going over there? For real. I've been getting mail there the whole time. And I've been gone since like 2023 and I still get mail there. That's funny as hell. Y'all know that's funny. Oh my God. I can't even open up my windows because I ain't got no screen in my windows. I swear to God, Bird, I be gaining weight. I be thinking I'm getting fat and then I get on the scale and nothing happened, but I gotta be careful with that shit because I'm not trying to gain weight without knowing. Mm. It's bad when you were previously obese before because you worry all the time. You like, oh my God, is this the day I'm about to be fat again? Every day you worry about it? Every fuck, I fit my clothes the same, but I'm still paranoid. I don't give a damn. I'm always going to think I'm gaining it back. I am. So now I feel like standing up and looking in the camera, let y'all see if y'all think I'm getting fat. My belly always was pudgy because I ain't getting no work done on it after the surgery. Oh no, man! Like I got my doctors though, so that's the prime reason why I came back here. I ain't gonna lie, like it's because I don't trust Indiana. I don't know if I did make a video about how Indiana misdiagnosed me, and didn't I make a video telling y'all that? And I came all the way to Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh told me the truth, and then I went back to Indiana and found another doctor who was fine as hell. Yeah, I think I did make a video about that. And he told me the same thing Pittsburgh told me. He's like, that doctor misdiagnosed you. I could still sue that motherfucker. I think I still should sue him. Yeah, there's a doctor in Indianapolis. He misdiagnosed me, put it down on paper of the mixed diagnosis. And I need to find that paperwork. All this moving around. I know I got it though. Yeah, he misdiagnosed me. You can't do that. That's malpractice. And he stressed me out so bad because he had me thinking my stomach, my pouch fell down into a big ass hernia. Come to find out, I never had a hernia. It was all because when he did my endoscopy, he had me on my side and it made it look like, since my stomach's so small, it made it look like it was like falling into something. That was awful. Okay? I don't even want to think about it, but yeah, really, I should sue that nigga. I should see. But then I have to go back to fucking Indiana and all that shit. But it would be worth it if I won the case. Because I probably could quit my job. I need some kind, I need a way to get out of this working shit. I really do. I'm tired of these 9 to 5s. It ain't what it is. But what else? Okay. Oh, I quit that dumbass insurance job. Gerber turned me down. Applied for a job. I had 2 interviews here, and I really should have got the job in Monroeville. The dude hired me, but the female didn't like me because it's like she was intimidated by me for some reason. She was very weird and just acting nervous. And meanwhile, the Monroeville one would have been better for me. It's because it's closer to where I end up getting a house up. But I didn't have no idea where I was getting a crib at when I first came up here. Me and my daughter was sleeping in the car. Because first we came up here by ourselves and left my mom and my daughter and the pets down in Indiana, what made sense because I didn't have to move out of there. I wasn't pressed to get out of there. So I'm gonna get a job up there. I was like, let's hopefully see if within like a month I'll get a crib, and that it worked out because I did. I got a crib. It only took me what 2 weeks? I think it took me 2 weeks, yeah, to get a crib here, and that's pretty good for Pittsburgh. And that's because I just kept effortlessly just kept looking at cribs, even when I was at work, looking at cribs, looking at cribs, looking at cribs. And so I found one out here on the east side. I loved it as soon as I saw that motherfucker. As soon as I saw, that's one thing I gotta say about this house though. As soon as I saw the pictures of it on Marketplace, I loved this house. And the price was perfect. I only paid like 1,000 a month. That's only $100 more than what I was paying on the south side. And this is for a single family house. So really, I kind of redeemed myself because I still end up getting a good deal even 2 years coming back. So that is God. God be having my back because God knows I got this. He knows that I'm a very good person. And I have done everything I could for people within my reason. I have. Everybody, even my enemies. And we'll get to that. Yeah, I got a lot to talk about. So, I do a lot for my enemies, to be real with you. I do. But so I was panicking every day, thinking I wasn't going to get a crib because I knew if it kept happening, I probably was going to have to give up and just move back in my crib in Indiana. I didn't want to do that. Like I was getting mad every time I was thinking about it. I was like, I cannot stop. I came too far. I was like, I need to be close to my doctors. I need to be somewhere where I'm happy being. I'm very happy since I've been back. I've only been back. Well, I've been working for a whole month here, but I've been back since like what, like the third or the fourth? I think we came up here officially the 3rd of May. So about a month. But I mean, you can feel the difference. Even though these people get on my fucking nerves sometimes about certain shit, they do. Like PennDOT, I want to smack the shit out them motherfuckers on PennDOT. But it is what it is. I do. I'll get on that in a minute. But I'm just happier here. I'm the happiest like when I live here. It's weird. I don't know what the hell it is. Maybe it's because I know what to expect and shit. It could be that. Maybe because I feel safe too. I think it gives me like a certain kind of safety like that. Again, because I know what to expect. When you know what to expect, that kind of brings you a sense of relief and comfort. And I have my doctors. If anything happens to me, I get sick, I know I'm in good hands because any of my AHN network, they gonna have me. Well, they always have anyway. First time for everything if they don't. Once you get a certain age, and especially being a woman, health matters to you a lot. It does. Health always matter to me though. I don't think this is real weak. This is another story I gotta touch on. But yeah, I'm really yeah, we're gonna have to get some AC in here. This shit is hot as fuck in here. I'm gonna have to get. We really need 3 units. That's crazy. I have to get some used ones off of some rich people or something. Cause they probably gonna sell them for no more than 50 a piece. I'm gonna have to get some though, cause it's hot as fuck. I'm about to get one, and then my sockets are in a fucked up place. So that's another thing. I'll have to get a surge, put it over here, put it over there, the wall AC, because it can't be right here, because then it'll be right on my body. So it's gonna have to go in that window. Then get my daughter one if she wants one, and I need one downstairs for my mom and my daughter, and we should be good. Cause it's only gonna be hot for a couple months anyway. What is this? What June? Shit. Let me take that back. It's gonna be hot in June, July, August, probably, and September. So yeah, 4 months. Yeah, we can't be like that for no 4 months. I'll buy some AC units. Some kind of way I'll get them. I'll get my mom and my daughter one downstairs first, because me and my daughter upstairs, we got ceiling fans, so that's helping us for now. But no, I've been happier though since I've been here. I'm more confident. Like if something were to happen with my job, I think I would get another job quicker than Indiana, even with the record. I believe that because I was hired with AAA. They kept giving me jobs too here. I immediately started getting job offers. AAA hired me to sell insurance for them, but I didn't like I didn't like a lot of things about them. They were wanting to give me, they said I probably could have made up to $100,000 a year or more though, but I've got to be really effective at selling their products and selling insurance. He was offering me a base pay of $25 an hour plus commission, but only for 6 months. And I had already started with this company. I started seeing how many perks they offer and seeing how good I am at the role. And I'm like, I think I better just tell him thank you, but no thank you for now. It ain't like that. I can't ever reapply in the future. Feel me? And then it seemed like he wanted to know if I had a driving record. So if he had investigated and seen I never drove in my life, yeah, that might have been a rejection right there. I had already told him about my arrest record. And he said that wasn't going to be a problem because I wasn't convicted. So at least these people here are trying to work with me in Pennsylvania. I think it's because a lot of people have records here, but and Indiana's really red and conservative and all that shit. So I don't know. I really don't know. All I know is that I just feel better being here. And I hope everything work out with my job because I'm not trying to leave them yet. I'm not. I'm trying to stay there for as long as I can. And then, you know what I mean, start figuring out what I want to do. But for now, I'm cool. I just got to not be lazy and get my ass up. I work the night shift, thank God, because I can't do that morning shit. I, I just can't do it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nope. Even my training wasn't real early when we did training at this company. I knew I liked them then. When we didn't start until 10 in the morning, I was dope. And I worked, what, wasn't it 10 to 6? Yeah, I think it was 10 to 6 or some shit like that we was doing. Or was it 10 to 5? Hold on, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it was 6 because we got a full 8 hours in training. Yeah. So everything been cool. It been some hiccups, it been little things, but that's life, especially my life. I had paid like $2,000 or more for me and my daughter to go to Sweden. A couple months ago, I paid for this shit to see her boyfriend and meet his family and all this big shit. So then I kept telling her we shouldn't have bought that shit. But I ended up buying travel insurance, so I was able to get out of it. And they gave me my money back all, but I still lost a couple $100 for the hotel portion of it because they're so cheap. They wouldn't want to give me that back. But I'm really grateful. At least I got majority of the money back. And I was able to reschedule because I couldn't leave now. That would have interfered with my job. I was supposed to have left on June 16th. We got our passports in time. And so we were scheduled to go to what is that shit? England, London. Wasn't it London we were going to? I think we had a layover in London. Something like that. And so that didn't work out. I ended up canceling that, but I rebooked it. And now we're going the end of August to Sweden, which is allowed for my job. He said it will not be held against me. And it's a really good flight. I actually got a better flight and for less money. We're going to be in Iceland, so we're going to lay over in Iceland, and then we go to Sweden. So it's dope. That we flying with the right airline that I like, and I never flew with before, but I want to try it. And so we'll see. I'm gonna get me a hotel, obviously, because I'm not staying with her boyfriend and her. And I think he lives like in a little one room thing, and no, so. And he kept saying I could have stayed at his family member's house, and they're not there, but I don't know his family like that. So I'm cool. Only thing I don't like about Sweden is that they do not have any weed laws, so I'm not gonna be able to get high while I'm there. I tried to get my homie to go with me to keep me company and shit. But he's talking about his money ain't gonna be right and all that. I'm so hurt because I wish he could have went with me because that would have been so cool. But it is what it is. I got people that keep wanting to get with me, but I ignore it. I be ignoring dudes hard. Like, y'all, like nigga, like it don't even occur to me that there's men in the world. Like it's not like fuck niggas. And I look amazing. Though. Look at my skin. Look at that. Look how good I look since I gave up dudes. But gave up relationships. Because don't get it twisted. I don't want no bitch. But I'm just saying, like, look how I look. Look at there's no stress. Even though I have a lot of stress too. But you would never be at his hell. Never be at his hell. I was just talking to a patient the other night ago, and she was telling me how she suffers from teeth grinding. I said, it's so funny because I used to grind my teeth. I was like, but my trick? And she was like, what? I was like, give up men. Just give up men. I was like, and all your teeth grinding will stop. And she was like, well, that's a good story and a good tip. I was like, I'm telling you. I said, I don't even grind my teeth. I don't. I don't. And I would say it's because I lost weight, but no, because I went around, I was hanging with this one dude in Oklahoma, and I started grinding my teeth again. And it was when I was losing the weight. So, yeah, I was grinding it hard too, because he was interrupting me yet while I was asleep. And I was like, this ain't gonna be. I knew then too. I was like, yeah, I'm done with relationships. I was like, because I'm doing it with motherfuckers I ain't even trying to be with. And I was just like, damn. Mm. Yeah, I'm done. I ain't ever been in a relationship again. Like, I don't even think about it, but it don't bother me. That's the scary part, is it don't bother me at all. At all. Then I be meeting dudes or corresponding with people online, and they be talking really dumb. Like, people are stupid. And they don't think that they're dumb. That's the scary part. No. Mm. And there's this dude at work. He's cute. And I know he like me. I've been seeing in between. See, I don't care though. I see, I've been seeing he looks at me and shit. A couple of them like me because I can tell. But people be scared to approach me some kind of way. I don't know why. But he made it his business to say something to me tonight. He was just like, "Oh, so you staying later?" And he knows damn well I wasn't staying later because nobody does overtime there. And so I was like, "Nah." I was like, "Hell no." I was like, "I'm out." But you could tell he was just so happy to be talking to me. It was weird. I want to say, too, you could have been said something if it was all like that. He's nice looking too. I mean, I probably would give him a go. I probably would, only because he seemed like that he might got this. But as soon as I found out he don't really got this, and he a zombie or something. Yep, it was fun. Have a great day, sir. Even if he is cool, it ain't gonna be no rush situation. And it ain't. But I been knew he liked me though. I knew that shit. I knew it. But it's cool. And let's not even get on the young boy that works for me. Oh my God. I felt so bad for him. He's like my daughter's age. He's 23 actually. So he's a year younger than my daughter. He was born in 2002. My daughter was born in 2001, obviously. But anyway, I knew he liked me in the training class. I knew, but I just, I don't let people know that I know. So if I sense that they looking at me, I deliberately don't look at them. Like, I can see them looking at me, but I'll just keep looking straight or right if they're on the left of me. So I kept watching them looking at me, but without letting them know I was seeing it. And I was just like, I know this little boy is not trying to get with me. I said, this is so embarrassing. I said, he thinks I'm young. I said, he thinks, because everybody thinks I'm young. I'm starting to get tired of it. Because it's a good thing and it's a bad thing, because it's like making it to where people are being extra jealous of me. People are wanting to, people could want to fight me because of that. Because it'd be like young girls, they'd be in their teens, and they be looking like it would be acceptable to argue and fight with me. Meanwhile, I'm looking like, bitch, my kid is older than you. Like, what type of home training do you have? Just because I look like I play a good role, that don't mean that's what I am. I'm old as hell. So, so I knew this boy thought I was young. I hate when I'm right about things because I be wanting to be wrong. Okay. So we finally got on the floor and they paired us up. They sat me and him together. I was like, oh shit. But I was happy though, because I'd rather have sat by him than somebody that's just ugh. So they taught me about him, and I was like, okay, cool. As they put me over in the cut, cool, and he was next to me. And then he finally started letting me know he liked me. He came out with it. He came out with it. Like, this little boy gave it though. He did. I'm looking for my wife. He's African, but he's so cute though. He's handsome. I gotta say, and I think that he either grew up in the U.S. or he might have been born here, because he said he was lived in New York for a long time. So I thought he was Haitian because of his last name. I don't know what the hell he is for real. He could be Dominican. Oh yeah, he could be Dominican. Yes, I think that's what he is. I'm so stupid because that would make sense. His name sounds Hispanic. Yep, he could be Dominican. Yep, that's what I think he is. I never asked. I got his number. We just don't text each other. I had to break his little heart and tell him I was really a granny. It was his whole face drop. He was like, I thought you were like 26. That's exactly what he said. I'm not even playing. And I was like, no. I was like, I'm 42. I was like, my daughter's your age. He's like, well, what's up with your daughter then? I was like, oh my God, this little boy is so desperate. I was like, my daughter, she's boyish. I was like, she likes white guys. I was like, she has a white boyfriend that lives in Sweden. Okay. Anyway, I was like, but yeah. I was like, stop. I gave him really good advice as a parent. I said to him, I was like, stop feeling that you're looking for your wife. I was, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm not saying being a hoe either. I was like, but enjoy your life and let things come to you the right way. I was like, because if you rush it, you won't marry anybody. And then it's going to be the wrong situation. You will be mad. You know what I mean? So I told him, I was like, I married my kid's father twice, blah, blah, blah. He still be on me though. He don't even care I'm old. Because he said to me, he was like, if that manager gives you any problems and be flirting with you, he's like, he's like, let me know. I will handle it. I was like, no, the hell you ain't either. I was like, because I'm not getting fired. But he's a sweetie. He's so cute. He's a sweet little boy. He is. He said I would never touch him, but he's very sweet. I mean, like, he would be a nice son. I think he would be a nice son. I keep meeting boys that could be my son. And I'd be mad. I'd be like, damn, I believe you was my son. I probably wouldn't have to carry shit. Well, I ain't got to carry shit now because my daughter got me. But I'm just saying, so many things he'd be able to do for me. I could get this nigga like trained as a mechanic and shit. He probably could take my engine out. That's a fantasy right there. Shit, you probably swap out my fucking transmission and shit. Anyway, I would be happy as hell, yo. Like, anyway, so that was sad. He's cute though. He's so cute. And I'm glad he's not on my team. They got him way over somewhere. I only see him like when he walks through. Everybody think I'm young though. This older chick that was sitting back with me in training, she was cool. She was like 52, but she looks good for her age. I told her, I was like, you could have easily passed for 40 something. And but she is 52. She got grandkids and everything. Me and her got kind of cool. And she was like, girl, I thought you was like in your 20s for real though. She's like, I did. I was like, girl, I don't know how. She's like, but you kept talking old. She's like, you talk like you old, like the 80s. And now I was like, yep. And she's like, that's what kept messing up my mind. She was like, because it's like she talk old, but she don't look old. So at least I know what people are thinking of me though. Feel me? At least I know. So but I be usually on it though. I usually can tell what people are thinking though. I usually can. But nah, moving here was not easy. It wasn't. We had to stay in my car for a while, me and my daughter for several nights, and then we said fuck it. And then we eventually went and got my mom and all of them, brought them back, and we got a hotel. So we was in the hotel for like 2 weeks, and then we ended up moving from the hotel to here. So it could have been way worse though. It could have been worse because what if this would have went on for several months? I mean, not getting no credit. Nah, nigga. And then I found out my credit ain't real bad. I ain't got no evictions and nothing on my shit. I was like, because property managers, you don't have to get evicted to get an eviction, really. Because you could get a judgment or you could just get debt to a landlord. And when I left broke my lease in Indianapolis, they could have did it there. Indianapolis is really cool when it comes to breaking your lease. That's what I will say that. Because that's the second time I broke a lease in Indianapolis, in Indiana. It never fucked with my credit at all. So knock on wood. Yeah, knock on wood. They're really fair there when it comes to that. I will. That's the only thing. That's the only thing because they don't want to help you with nothing else except Meyer, which I'm still heartbroken about because I miss Meyer. I love Meyer. Giant Eagle, Shop and Save, and all this garbage. Ugh. I haven't really went shopping here yet, so I'm still trying to be like, and I've been so busy working, I can't focus on the fact that I lost Meyer. Little did I know, Meyer fucking bought out Fresh Time. I think I made a video about that shit, didn't I? Or did I never post that? Anyway, oh my God. But no, where it went stupid is when I got my ex-husband involved in my move. That's when everything went dumb. He's a fucking idiot. He's a fucking idiot. And I don't know why we call him because my mom calls him too when she needs stuff. I don't know why we do that. I don't know why. I just cracked myself in the knee with this lighter. That's how upset he got me. Talking about him is about to get me indigestion. Yeah. I'm about to go downstairs and get me some water. My ice maker broke. I got two ice makers. I got like a commercial one, but it's like it got to be hooked into like a water supply of some type. And I left some of my hoses in Indiana. So I'm really pissed. 'Cause my little mini, it's a nice ice maker too. And I didn't even pay nothing for it. I basically got it as a gift. But it's nice. It's like one of them frigid air ones you put on the counter and all that. This motherfucker just stopped making ice tonight. So I'm heartbroken. I am. It's always something though to hurt me. It's always. I might be okay, but there's always something lurking to break my heart. So I call this nigga right. And so I think I'm gonna need you to help me move. I knew I should have went to Tennessee and just got Corey. I knew I should have did that shit because I needed because I don't drive. So I needed somebody to drive or SUV or drive the truck, and another person drive the car or whatever. So I knew I should have got Corey, man. That was the greatest mistake I made. I still regret it. I still regret it in a way, but it is what it is. My ex-husband is a busted fucking scum of fuck loser. He's a fucking loser. And I feel sorry for him, but at the same time, I can't stand that nigga. Okay. He thinks like a 2-year-old too. He does. He don't think rational or practical at all. This is why he has nothing. He's never going to accomplish anything. It's because his way of thinking. It is. So, as I'm probably going to need you to help me move. He was all happy, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, God, Lord. I was like, he's going to be on my dick. I was like, Lord, does he not understand? I would never get with him, especially no. Out of anybody from my past, why would I get back with you? How much? See, that's where I'm talking about the irrational thinking. Irrational thinking. This video is going to be long, y'all. I'm sorry because I haven't been on there in a while. And I'm venting. So, for him to even think for 1 second that I would do anything with him on a relationship sexual matter, it's disrespectful. And it's very unattractive. It's sick. Even when I was so obese and I called him, like while I lived on the south side, never in my mind do I ever think, oh, okay, I'm going to just give him a shot. Fuck no. First of all, you got to be attracted to somebody to even think about some shit like that. You do. And I'm not attracted to him physically or emotionally or mentally. There's nothing in me and my body at all that wants this motherfucker. Nothing. But he doesn't get that. Nor does he care, nor does he want to face the reality of that. Okay. So, why did I involve him? I'm getting stressed out just telling the story. Okay. Oh. How did this all happen? Because both of my cars are fucked up. Let's not even go on now. I bought a Nissan Rogue, a 2017 Nissan Rogue in February. This motherfucker been doing everything to get on my fucking nerves. This is why I don't like buying used cars. Where you could even buy one for 7,000, and it still be having problems. So, and then if you lease one, you can't win because then you got payments. So this motherfucker, I've been new. It's going to need a transmission and an engine, just like my Mitsubishi did. But at least my Mitsubishi lasts for a whole year, and it made it to Arizona and back. It did all these different things. At least you could say it was a champ star. So I got that one in service right now, and it's supposed to be getting serviced through my warranty. God, please let all of that get paid, majority of it or whatever. And then they're putting a new transmission in. Then it's in Indiana. So at some point, I'm gonna have to, when I'm off one day, we're gonna have to, once he says it's done, we're gonna have to rent a truck to go there and pick up the car and bring it back to PA. Then we're gonna have two cars that we gotta park on this narrow ass street I live at. That's the only thing I don't like about this house too. The street is very narrow, and you gotta fight with people to get a parking. But I have three garages that comes with my house. But my landlords are so greedy, they want me to pay an additional 250 a month for it. I tell them now they can keep their fucking garages. And then if I buy the house, I'll acquire the garage because then I will be the new owner. So if I buy the house, then I'll be cool with the parking and I don't take my parking struggles away living here. So the only problem I would have would be just the renovations and the AC. That sounds pretty reasonable as I'm thinking. I'm gonna end up trying to buy this house probably. God willing, Jesus, God, let me get a loan. I just want to get a crib in Pittsburgh. That's all, and just live my life. But I applied for a bando too. We'll get to that in a minute. Back to my ex-husband, because this shit's hilarious. So you can't make none of this shit up. So we start planning it. He was stressing me out even during the planning process. He was. I was like, this motherfucker. I kept telling him what my schedule was and how we got to do this. Because he first we were saying we wasn't going to move the stuff out until the end of May, like the last week of May. And I told him, nah. I was like, let's do it the week of Memorial Day, the weekend that led into Memorial Day. Because I had Memorial Day off. I was off on Sunday because we're closed on Sundays, and then Saturday I had to call off, and I just started. But they was real cool about it. So I had Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to make this shit happen. So I met how did it work? We left my job on Friday, right? How did we end up meeting him? Yeah, how did we do that? No, we must. Oh, I forgot how we did it, y'all. All I know is we left Indiana to go to my jobs for that Saturday morning. So we was in Indiana on Friday. Yep, and then we had to turn around, come back up here, and he agreed to meet us here in PA. So I was hell all intentions on going to work on that Saturday. But then as we started getting closer into Pittsburgh, and I started thinking about how we were picking up this truck and how he had to get somewhere. He claimed he had a contractor job he had to do. And he said, I gotta be able to load your stuff relatively fast on Sunday morning. He's like, a Sunday night, I gotta go do a contract. I said, okay, but I was like, won't you just let me and Diamond load the truck? I kept insisting that. I said, let me and Diamond load the truck. I was like, and then you could just like take my mom, the pets, and Yumiko to Pittsburgh to the hotel. And they'll already be at the hotel, and then we'll be behind on once we get everything loaded. We that way me and Diamond can take our time all of Sunday. And even if we had to a little bit into Monday, which we probably wouldn't need it all that time, because me and Diamond loaded a truck within like 2 hours when we moved from Indianapolis. It did not take us long. We loaded that truck relatively fast. We had a washer and dryer and all that shit, sectional, all of that. Me and her did that by ourselves. And we loaded it perfectly. You would have thought we were moving professionals. That's how good the truck was loaded. And did we load? No, we didn't load it leaving Oklahoma. I paid somebody to do that. So that was good. But we didn't have to unload. So when we moved from Oklahoma, we was cool. I paid somebody to load it and unload it. And when we left from Indianapolis to go out to the country in Indiana, me and her had to load and unload. But we did that shit fast. We did it fast. It took us probably no more than 3 hours to load it and probably no more than 3 hours to unload. So this dude needs to stop calling himself a moving professional and a contractor. He don't know what he's doing. Okay. So I ended up calling off that Saturday and met him at his parents' house. My transmission just decided to say fuck it that day. And it started not letting us go over 20 miles per hour. So I know that's the transmission. It's about to go. And I'm worried about that because then I'm about to get a bus and go all the way to my job. So that's a whole other story. Hopefully my other car will be ready by then or something. I don't know. So I'll figure something out because I'm the figure out type of bitch. So I'm always figuring something out. I'm just tired of doing it because I shouldn't have to keep finding my way out of millions of obstacles. I'm still a human. So so I had to leave my car. So that fucked up our plans a little bit because he was planning on leaving his limo at his parents' house in Monroeville where we met him at. And it just happened to be we were so lucky the transmission went was going out on Moss Side Boulevard. So we was not too far from his parents. So we made it down and we got to they have a nice driveway. They have like a garage driveway, all of that, because they live in the suburbs. So my ex-father-in-law, he's like, don't worry about it, Millie, just park it in here. He's like, we'll just hold it for you. And so I was so happy about that though, because at least it was with them and I didn't have to worry about it getting towed. None of that stupid shit. I've never been more than happy to see my in-laws. Never. Like, that's one thing I will say. I actually like them more than him. And it's sad because they're the ones that contributed to the way he is. But I still like them better than him. I do, because seeing them actually put warmth in my heart. It did. I actually was happy to see that. And then when they stored that car for me, they only had to store it for like 2, 3 days. Because some told me and Diamond to just go back and get it and see if it was completely unusable. So it's still drivable now, but we know we got to do something with it. And so this was about maybe 2 weeks ago. Because how long have we been living in here? We moved in here on May 29th, I want to say, the 29th. So yeah, we've been here for about 2 weeks, something like that. And it's been driving the whole time. That's how I know something's going on. And it's going to go good night one of these days. I hate that rug. I don't like it. Because it don't give you any indicators that it's going to fuck up. It just fucks up. That bitch just fucked. I don't like that. Lisa Mitsubishi was giving us warnings. And being my money was crazy. I kept ignoring those warnings, which I will never do again. So instead of me us driving back to Indiana, and on the way we was gonna pick up a truck in Ohio to get because we had to get the cheapest pricing possible. So Ohio just happened to be the cheapest in order to get a one way. So we were supposed to drive in my road to go get the truck, and I mean Diamond was going to be in the truck, and he was going to be in our road, or vice versa, whatever have you. So that didn't work out like that because my rogue ended up getting left by my in-laws. And so we had to get in his limo. Why in on God's green earth is this individual? Because I don't want to call him a human being because I don't even know if he is one. But why the fuck is he driving around in a goddamn excursion limo? An excursion. Okay, them are so outdated. They've been discontinued. I don't know what is wrong with this dude. I really don't. Like he's sick and then he wonders why. I gotta shave. Well, I didn't even see that. See, when you be working, you ain't pay attention. I gotta get another blunt, we roll, whatever you want to call it. So this nigga, he's stupid as hell. That's all I'm gonna say. So, because why would you drive around in anything that's going to be a gas guzzler? That's number one. Especially with the gas, but the diesel is cheaper now, but that doesn't take diesel. That's still regular gas. So it's like this dude is stupid. He's stupid as hell. So we had to get in that fucking limo, and it was the same limo he picked my mom up in. When he came and picked her up from Oklahoma, he took her to my uncle's house. And she even said, like, you can tell the engine's about to go. She's like, it wasn't making all that noise. This engine's about to go. That shit about to go. Good night. It is. Because it was like barely wanting to start and all that. I was like, wow. I was like, how is it we both ain't going to have no vehicle? Because I was hoping that didn't happen, but we got lucky. And so we all had to get in his limo. I had to help him with gas because this nigga is broke. He don't have any money. I don't know how he's living like this. He's living on buses that he converted into homes, and he's living with different women. He just partially beat a domestic violence case in Indiana. And but he know he got charged. And when you get a charge deferred, I thought it was still considered a charge. I'm pretty sure it was still probably like a misdemeanor offense or something. I don't know what's going on. He got an arrest record at minimum. So I don't know, but I just know he's all fucked up. He's worse off than I am. He is. That's why they say when you always think you got the worst, you really don't. So he got health problems. He's obese. He barely can breathe. He has a extreme eating disorder. That when he sees food, it's like he's in love. It's like he's in a trance. Cause he stopped a couple times to get food. He know he don't need all that food. It's sad. When I left him in 2017, that last time that we were together, that was it for him. He gave up. Like I'm not even playing. Like, cause he was not obese when I was with him. He was small. He was smaller than me. I was the obese one. He was like probably only like 170 something, 180. He was small. Cause I was like 220-ish and I just kept getting fatter. And well, I left him though. I don't know what the fuck happened. Like I don't even recognize who he is. His hands is real big. You can tell like a lawyer, he be swelling a lot. Like he has a lot of water retention. He's on high blood pressure medicine. He's all fucked up. He shouldn't be lifting stuff, but he keeps lifting stuff. He got a heart attack. So I was just watching everything he was doing, and then so we got in that limo. We made it to Ohio. He took forever getting us to Ohio, and I think it was just outside of Youngstown. You can get to Youngstown very fast. I don't know where, or did we go to Dayton? I can't remember where we went. I think it was outside of Youngstown we went. It was. This motherfucker took forever getting there. He takes the longest routes too to get to places. That's stupid. And that's annoying. So me and Diamond got in the truck and he drove his limo. We get to Indiana back to my house like hours before he got there. Hours. So I take a shower. I noticed we ain't have shit packed because we didn't have no boxes. We should have been packing that shit before we, planned to get it all out of there. So that caused a lot of issues too. So he finally got there in the middle of the night, and I came and let him in, and I fell asleep on the section. He's like, Melly, we should be alone. Now step down to Aaron. I was like, I can't do that right now. I said, 'cause I didn't get any sleep. I said, me and you're not on the same time with sleep lately. I can't help that. So we both went to sleep on the sectional. He was way the fuck over there. I was way on my side because he know better. I'm telling you. Boy. Their things on hit. Yeah, they need to give me a refund. Because I be just lighting this shit. It don't even be hitting. I got something better for now. I'm about to break this up and put this right in my pipe. Because I can't take this. Whatever rappers are using this filter thing, I gotta rip the filter off in order to get the weed. I don't like this. This ain't, I don't even know if it's real weed. Because this is from a place in Regent Square called Black Bear. And they sell the weed without you needing your car. Usually when that is, it's because something is in here that's not the same as weed. However, it ain't no bitch though. This shit will give you a nice little buzz. And why I had to resort to something like that, my best friend that I've been knowing for years, she told me to go to, she referred me to her. I'm glad she did because it's some other, this shit is pure though. And it's really weed though because I still get a buzz off of it. I don't get it. I don't get it, but I had to do that because I ran out of the weed I brought from Ohio, Indiana. I had like an ounce, and I gave two of my friends an ounce of weed I had from Michigan. I gave each of them an ounce. It wasn't nothing amazing. It was like only like a $40 bag of ounce, a $40 bag of weed, but that was all I could get at the time. I would have got them better. I would have. It's just I was just broke. But yeah, so I gave them an ounce of weed. I wish it could have been better quality, but it is what it is. I had to go to this place and my friend put me on to because I didn't have my weed card in Pennsylvania. I didn't have my ID. I lost my PA ID in Indiana. And I knew that was gonna be some shit because PennDOT is paranoid as fuck. I went through shit getting that fucking ID back. I mean, they put me through hell. I had to go there twice, and I finally got my ID back, and not even on the right address. So, okay, I got it back though. Then I found out I didn't even need the ID in order to get my weed card because since I was already in the system for having my weed card here, all I had to do was just renew it. So I could have renewed it the whole time. I could have renewed it while living in Indiana because all they had to do was just send it to my crib that I was still getting mail out here, and I could have just came and picked it up. But it is what it is. So my weed card is now on its way. And then I'll be able to go to the real dispensaries here. So everything's slowly coming back together. I got really good insurance with my job. It's a high deductible plan, but I pay nothing for it. So that's what makes it amazing. And I'm just gonna pay my little co-pays, whether it's high or not, pay that deductible down, and then, I'll be good. But everything's coming together slowly. It is. It's coming, but it's coming fast enough though for me to be happy as well. So but back to him. I wish I would have never happened with my car though. I had to leave it because we had to go back in that fucking limo. And his sister that I haven't seen in years, his older sister, the unattractive one, she's doing so bad. She's getting around with a walker. And she's like only, how old is my mom? 61. So she gotta be like, what, 58? And she's getting around with a walker. That's sad. That is really sad. But they got her without no bed. She ain't got no bed. She ain't got no furniture. So she started asking me to like give her whatever I had. And I feel bad because I still want to give her this shit. I do because I really don't want my bed. And I don't want there ain't nothing wrong with it. I just don't want it. I want something like different. So and I don't want my sectional no more. So I was going to clean my sectional really good, steam it really good. And I was going to try to have somebody take it to her, but after I get something new. So I'm dealing with that in the back of my mind because I'm still thinking about her. I am, even though she has done little things and said little things I don't agree with, I still wouldn't want her not having no bed. That just isn't right to me. And so she was a decent sister-in-law though when I was with him because she did used to at least try to be nice to my daughter, which is her niece. But ugh. Anyway, this is barely hitting. I'm about to put it in my pipe. I guess. But I could put in my pipe. It probably would hit way nicer. I'm about to do that. Fuck that. The pipe might kill me though, because that shit might hit too well. So me and I went to sleep on this sectional. When we got up, I said, yeah, let's go get some boxes. So we went around the corner to Walmart. And I think my eldest was still asleep. Everybody was sleeping, me and him. So we went to Walmart. We got the boxes. We got a little cheap dolly. I told him we really didn't need that fucking dolly because I told him we needed a real dolly. I should just not been cheap and rented the dolly from budget when the man asked me to. That was really stupid. The other reason why I wanted to move from that house too, I don't know if I said in one of my videos, they had a problem with the sump pumps in our basement backing up. And it flooded my whole basement, broke my dryer, I believe, and my washer that I carried with me all the way from Oklahoma. So that really pissed me off. Then they weren't wanting to replace my shit. And then I lost other things, whatever else was in that basement. So that really fucking made me mad. I should have had renter's insurance, but even with that being said, I don't even know if it would have been covered. But that was like an accident though. So it probably would have been covered. So that was shame on me. It was shame on me. There really wasn't nothing down there worth value though. It was like clothing. They ain't gonna want to pay back that much for that. And I didn't really have proof of how much I paid for it. It would have been the washer and dryer I probably would have made the score off of. And even then, I didn't really. I would have to went and found retail pictures of it because I didn't have no proof of when I bought that set in Oklahoma. So that made me mad, in addition to the mice and not getting no jobs. And the healthcare wasn't really good. So those are really good reasons. Even thinking, looking back, that was good reasons to leave. And they kept being on my dick about giving me food stamps and shit. They're very backwards. I hate them. I really hate Indiana when it comes to assistance and anything like that or wanting to have a job. It's the type of place where you go, you retire, and you die. That's what you do with Indiana. Don't think you want to be like living a life and type of shit. No, you're going to sit there and rot because there's nothing there, nothing to do, none of that. I'm not trying to say Pittsburgh is jumping off and every shit like that. But I'm just saying you feel more alive here. I feel like I still got a possibility of living now since I'm back. I'm not ever leaving here either. No, 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 no. That's not happening no more. No, 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 bitch. No, bitch. No, bitch. And here's why. It's because I went everywhere. I tried different places and look where I still ended up back at. It was a good thing I tried other places because it took the curiosity out of my mind. You feel me? But like, no, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. Like, I'm cool, cool to it. Not ever doing that again. Ever. No. If anything, I'll get a second home. I'll try to get like one of them free homes or something in Japan. I will try that. Cause now I think I got credits and everything to get a flight to Japan. So we'll probably go to Japan probably like next year sometime. So that's a good thing because I do need to get a crib there. Though. I need a backup, like I do hard. But that's neither here nor there. That's later on down the line. So me and him got the boxes. We tried to pack everything as quickly as he could. He got rushing us and putting a lot of pressure on us. He got packing that truck horrifically, and I should have took more control of how he packed that truck. Because like it was horrible. Like he had our mattresses going this way, like long ways, and it was a nightmare. It was a night where a lot of our shit got left. He had to go back and get some more of the shit, and then still things got left. Yeah, but we had all majority. It's a good thing me and my daughter wrapped the TV so swell, like in between the things. None of our TVs got damaged, so that was good. Nothing got damaged. It's just shit got left. Shit got left, but thank God it wasn't nothing important. We have everything. But like, dude, like nigga, get your life together and get your mind right. Get it together. That's what he needs to do. He needs to find God. He needs to find Christ because like he does not have no money. He don't have nowhere to live. He's doing really bad. Then while we were moving this stuff, he asked me to make him a sandwich. I said, okay, fine. I made him one. Only a couple hours later, he had me make him a second one. And this has salami, ham, cheese, mayo, pickles, some white bread. Good, like thicker bread, Italian bread or whatever. So then I made him the second sandwich. He wolfed them down like it was nothing, like it was gumdrops. I was like, wow, this suit is really going to die. He is. So I got to make sure I keep the policy on him. I got a policy on him. I got it just because I have to. He never gave me anything. Never gave me anything. And he was my husband. So I was even really kind to him. Like I said, I'm kind of my enemies. I got him on my insurance plan, not my job. Because you can get domestic partners, spouses, all that on your insurance. It's just so I was like, since it's free, I'm not paying anything for it. The only thing that he has to pay for it when he goes to the doctor to pay for the co-payment. That's how it's set up. He ain't going. He ain't going. That dude's going to die. And that's why I was trying to tell his mom. I was like, I got him insurance. And she's like, I was so nice. He needs to go. I was like, I'm going to say, ma'am. And she's talking about, I need to pressure him to go and I need to be his friend for the sake of our kids. I hate when she talks like that. Because it's like, just because you put up with the way your husband treats you, that doesn't mean I'm going to do what you did, ma'am. I'm not going to be cool and buddied up with somebody that tried to kill me in a hotel room and didn't care. And then I later found out I was pregnant with his second child for no reason. All because I told him that he does not love our daughter because he don't want to respect me and he just start beating me. Okay? So no, I don't let that. I feel like he should be very gracious for two things. One is that I still talk to him occasionally, and it's very occasionally. When I say occasionally, it's like maybe no more than two, three times a year. Okay? And and I was around him after what he did to me. Think that he should be gracious for that. Then I think he should also be gracious that I didn't have any kids with nobody else and I didn't marry anybody else. So really he did something with me that no one else will ever probably do with me. That should be enough for him. But no, it isn't. It isn't. He kept making little passes at me and shit. Was indirectly saying I was turning him on just for being silly with my daughter about something I was doing. He's a fucking weirdo. And he's not, it's never worth it to call him. Then I had to give him gas like twice. And then my mother tells me that, and I saw the evidence, that instead of getting gas with all the money I gave him, he got subs. So not only did he eat the two sandwiches I made him, he ended up getting more food and he ate pizza. Because we had a credit from Pizza Hut and he ate like almost a whole box of pizza on the way to Pittsburgh. That dude, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It was absolute hell and chaos being around for that day and a half. It felt like it was a year. Then he had to come back and drop. He don't know where I live, thankfully, because he ended up bringing the rest of my stuff. He dropped it off at my in-laws. We had to go and make two trips to my in-laws to get all that shit he dropped off there. Then he still didn't bring all the shit. He still didn't bring all of it. That dude is sick. Like he made us lose our floor lamps. And good thing they was not really that important. Yeah, they weren't. But it was just the point. Then he made me buy a new microwave because he just kept not taking my microwave. I don't know what this obsession was. Then he called me in the middle of the night at my old place because he went to go there. He was going to stay the night there, but he said he was creeped out being there alone because he felt it was haunted, which it was. Our house was haunted in Indiana. It was. He's he said while he was there, somebody was knocking on the door. He said then he looked and there was nobody there. I think the house makes the door knock. And I believe him though, because that would explain what my mom kept saying. She kept hearing somebody knocking, and there was never nobody there. And Rain didn't hear it. Only she could hear it. And he said not only that happened, he said they kept coming in and out of the house late at night, so I was making them paranoid. He's like, what if they call the cops on me because I look suspicious to them with this limo? They never saw me here. And he was right about that. But he could have just easily told him, look, my ex-wife was moving out and I'm trying to clean up her place. That's all he had to say. And so God, this dude is hilarious. Okay. So then I said, not only was the house haunted, it was creeping him out. It's funny how he gets scared about a creepy haunted house, but he don't get scared by beating up on women and going to jail. See how that don't make no sense? Okay. So, and he beats up on every woman. Every woman. He just, like I said, he just barely beat a case in Indiana. He's supposed to have put a gun to a female's head. I'm starting to think maybe he did do that shit, even though he's not a gun person. I think he did it. Because then he waited and he's like, oh, well, I got guns though. And I was like, thank you for letting me know that. Thank you, my brother. Because I know you got a problem when it comes to me. That's why you, I get when I do be around him now, I do it real sensibly and I get away from him really quick. I do, but I shouldn't be around him at all after what he did to me. But he said the place was haunted. He said he was scared to touch the microwave because he thought the mouse that he saw that flew up under my stove, which I knew he was telling the truth about that because we kept seeing mice under that stove. How would he have known that? So he left my deep freezer in my house with all my food in it. Okay, because he couldn't bring the stuff straight back to PA. He had to go and do more contracts to get more money. He's a fucking idiot. And then he's not even making money on these contracts. He's only getting like $200 and shit like that. What the fuck is that? Yeah, what is that? And he's damn near killing himself doing this. I told him for all of that, he could just do grocery deliveries. I said, why would you be hurting yourself? If I was a hateful person, I would have been laughing. And I was not laughing at all. I was just telling them, I was like, what are you going to see what you're doing is a problem. And it should be a problem for you, buddy, because you're the one who has to do it. I hope I'm not gaining weight. I really do. Because, like, I don't need that. Hold on, y'all. I got to get up. 'Cause my belly be making me think I'm gaining weight. Hold on. Really want to go downstairs and get some fucking water because I know that water got me going. I'll be right back, y'all. I'm going to go get me some water. Hold up. No, man, no. Just me. Me now, shit. Oh, I get you. Hey, here. I get you all. I think the walls are so thick it's keeping the heat out. Uh, well, where you go? Oh, there you go. Damn, it's hot in this motherfucker, though. It really is. All right, I am back, y'all. I'm sorry about that. I had to go downstairs to get me something to drink. It is hot. So, still isn't as hot as it could be. I think these walls are so thick and the foundation's so good. It's keeping majority of the heat out. Because it got up to 93 today, and it don't feel like 93 in here. It feels like maybe like 70-ish. So it's like muggy kind of. I gotta still do something though, because it's going to get hot. It's going to eventually come in here. So I gotta get some AC units. I do something because I can't live like this. But so where do I leave off about this nigga? 'Cause this nigga's crazy. Okay, he's very crazy. So how did this work out? Yeah, how did we do? Oh, yeah, he dropped us off at the hotel. That's why he didn't know where I lived. That's right. And my mom had got another hotel out in Robinson, so I'd be close to my job. And we knew we was getting the keys like the next day because we met her on Memorial Day with the keys. She ripped me off for moving here because I had to pay for first and last month rent and a deposit. I was just so happy to get a crib. I didn't even care. I was like, I'll give you a little booty ass $2,500 because that's no money. Yeah, but that's like garbage compared to how much money I be spending sometimes. So I was like, fuck that. She didn't run my credit or my background. I was like, shit. But what I should have did was I should have negotiated with her better. I should say, yeah, I'll give you all that money, but I'm gonna give you for July, June, and July. Yep, that's what I should say. I should say I'm not paying you for the previous month. I'll pay you for June and July, and the deposit would have came out to be the same amount, and I would have been paid up until August. So I fucked myself that way because I should have negotiated it with her a little bit better, and it might have worked. Because she might be like, oh yeah, we can do it like that. But the husband is so greedy. I don't think he would have wanted to do that. He's very greedy. He's the problem. But I'll get rid of that nigga in due time. Well, they're not niggas. They're black. But I mean, white. They're white. But I don't do business with niggas. I'm sorry, I don't. And I'm black. I don't do business with black people. So if they'd have been black, I'm mad and I took this shit. I'm mad and not because I don't got time for that. I really, especially not Pittsburgh black people. So no. But anyway, I like my landlord on the south side better though. Because I feel like, I mean, I feel these people won't come over and be in my face either, but I feel like they would get nasty about something. I feel like that, but I don't know. I really don't care. Long as I make sure they get their money, I really don't care what happens. And I will make sure they get their money. I need to get this either out of their name by buying this off of them, or I need to get a loan and move the fuck out of here. And the majority of this shit, I probably don't even want. So I'm probably going to junk a lot of this shit so I don't have to keep taking the same shit everywhere I go, or I'm just going to have somebody professionally take this shit out of here. Because if I have a mover load up, it ain't gonna be a lot of money. It ain't. It have a mover load. Even me and my daughter unload. We just don't want to do that shit completely all by ourselves. That's why, hence, I called Mag's husband, and we needed somebody to drive for us since I don't drive. Ugh. Anyway, my daughter said no. Ugh. I got a little bit of real weed left. I ain't smoking that shit though. Where's my thing? But yeah, okay. So where are we going with this? So he dropped us off at the hotel Robinson. He barely had any gas money. I said, "Do you want me to give you some gas?" He said, "No." I said, "Okay." He leaves. I went to room with them. Went to work the next day. Yeah, because I had to go to work. No, I didn't. It was still the day. It was Sunday. It was about to be Memorial Day because we got the keys. Yeah, I would have to go to work if it wasn't Memorial Day. That was a blessing. I kept saying, "Let's do all that shit before Memorial Day." That was smart. Yep, I was very smart. That's because I'm not stupid. I'm far from fucking dumb. So we got the keys, and me and Diamond moved all the shit in there that day. We did. We just kept me and her unloaded the shit again. We unloaded. It only took us a couple hours to unload that shit. Mm, mm. We even made it to his parents and got our car back that same day. So the car only sat at his parents for 2 days. It sat there from Saturday to Monday, and we got our vehicle back. And we dropped off the budget truck, which was a very petty experience I went through for nothing. His budget nearly killed me just trying to get us to pay for gas since we wasn't able to fill it up when we got there. People are so petty in Pittsburgh. I hate that shit. Like, it's disgusting. It is, but it is what it is. So we moved in since the 29th, but we didn't actually start sleeping in here until the next day. It was the next night. Yeah, Tuesday night. So the 30th is when we first stayed in here. And so how long we been here then? Because today's the 6th. So 6 days, seven, about 8. So it ain't even been 2 weeks yet. Okay. Because I be thinking shit's way ahead. Shit. I had a way to give them another extra month for rent. I wish I could have did that. I wish I could give them rent all the way till December. If I had the money, I would. I'd be like, there you go. There you go. See you. Bye. Talk to you in January if I'm still renting from you. Yeah, that's what they, if I get a couple $1,000, it's going to them. It is. It's going to them because then I ain't got to worry about them. And then all I got to do is worry about my utilities, how I'm getting to work, shit like that. Yeah, fuck that and my other bills. Because the key is to really make sure my bills and my debt stays intact so I can get a fucking loan. Because I get a loan, fuck all these landlords. The key is to get rid of the landlord. But I applied for a bando through the city. Speaking of it, I went to my other crib to pick up the mail. So let me see something. What happened to her letter at? Oh, come on, Jamila. I just had this bitch's letter. What did I do with it? I put it over here. That's how I know that means something to do with it. I lay some on my bed. That means it is important to me. All right, let's see. What? What? I don't own that place. What is she talking about? I don't what is she saying? Yeah, she's tripping. I'm calling her tomorrow. She's trying to say I owe a delinquent water bill at my property that I don't even own. Okay, ma'am. I don't even, this is why I don't care about applying for the bandos because they're asking for too much for the bandos anyway. So I'm already just going to buy a house with a loan. That's so sad. This bitch is looking for any reason. I don't owe a fucking water bill. What is wrong with that bitch? Yeah, what is wrong with her? Yeah, but I'm gonna have to tell her too. I don't live on Arlington Avenue. I don't live there, you psycho bitch. I did live there, but I don't own the fucking building. So how would I owe the water over there if I don't? I never even owned the building. These people are very stupid here. Very, very stupid. That's why they thought Kamala Harris was going to be a good president, too. These people are so fucking dumb here. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. That I owe a water bill at a building that I don't even own. Okay, thank you, ma'am. You could keep your bando, too. Because it would sound like she was going to ask me for $30,000 for it anyway. She can suck my cock with that. I don't give a fuck how bad I want back down Manchester. Because it was down Manchester. That's where I really want to be. Because first of all, that's where the properties are actually worth something in the city. That's one place where it's worth something. Because you got Mount Washington, the Hill District. There's certain spots in the Hill District where there's properties too that's worth a good bit of money because they gentrified it. You know. But like, bitch, what is you talking about? Ho, like, fuck you. Now all I gotta do is get my shit. I already got a plan to get a whole bunch of money. I just gotta see if it's gonna work. Crazy bitch. Mm. And they don't know. I don't give a fuck because I got a plan. I got a plan. I always got a plan. Damn, I don't give a fuck about that bando, bitch. I don't care. This bitch really want to try to hit me up with Arlington. Really, bitch? I don't own that. And that let me know he his ass on the water over there. That nigga's about to lose that property. He's going to lose that property where I used to live. And me and Timon love that building. I keep eyeballing it. I keep eyeballing it because if he loses at the right fucking time, that's his act. Because I'm going to finally get that building off of him. Finally. And I'm not living in it. I'm going to fix it up some kind of way. And I'm leasing that shit out. Fuck that. He won't fuck up though. She just told me something. I didn't even. I knew he was back on taxes though. Usually when somebody's back on taxes, they'll be back on their water. Because the water bill for there is probably very expensive. I couldn't even imagine paying that. He's an idiot. As I'm thinking, yeah, I kind of don't want that building. You can resell it though. That's how dumb he is. He should have just resold that shit. Now he's probably in too much debt. Yeah, wow. I don't think that building's a good investment. There's a reason why he keeps doing bad on the financing with that building. That building must take you down financially. I don't want it. As much as I love it and I love where it's located, I love the location. The location is everything. That location is what paid for that plant. I'm telling you, that was what made that place a hit. That location is like, yeah, like it's what up. It is. But other than that, like, fuck that place. This bitch trying to say I'm delinquent on it. Bitch, I don't even live there. That's number one. And when I did live there, I was never responsible for the water bill, ma'am. That bitch is crazy. She crazy as hell. I'm calling her tomorrow. I'm just gonna say, ma'am, I really don't care what you do because I'm starting to getting second thoughts about this whole thing anyway. Crazy bitch. I ain't never ever seen a Pittsburgh water bill in my name. Never in my whole life, and I'm from here because I always lived in like a borough. I lived in Wilkinsburg. I didn't have no bill in my name. I was too young. I left this motherfucker when I was like, what, 20? And I think I had bills in Moon, no, because I think the bills were in my mom's name. I'm pretty sure they wasn't in my name. So I never had utilities here really all like that. Ever. So that's why when she kept asking about the water, I'm like, this bitch is really crazy. Like she really don't get I don't have shit to do with my old apartment. Like I don't, bitch. I don't live there. Damn. Anyway, it ain't even that important. Anytime they're trying to hoard bandos and make it hard for people to buy them, there's something wrong there. Because there's a lot of people that would be happy to get one of these bandos and it would really set them up. It would really help them. So to be trying to make people fight for abandoned home, there's something wrong. There is something really wrong. So I'm cool, ma'am. I'll figure out a way. And she should be happy I can't do what I'm thinking about. I'm going to eventually be able to do because I can just buy this shit off of her without even having to go through the application process. I think that you could just buy them if you have the money. Crazy fucking bitch. Oh my god. Okay, that just fucked my head up. I'm sorry, y'all. That fucked my head up. It really did. Because, like, bitch, what are you talking about? That old water over there, and I don't even own that property. She really think I own that shit or something. I'm just trying to like hide it or something. That bitch, these people are sick here. They be really, they don't want to accept your out of state ID. They be acting like you're weird or something if you have an out of state ID. I just deal with this shit though, because this is where I'm from. But like, damn, these motherfuckers be getting on my nerves with corny ass shit that they do. The driving we're used to, so we ain't even really tripping off the driving here. My daughter, when we first moved here before, she just had got her license. So these roads was like a shock to her. All these hills and shit. She didn't even know Pittsburgh had hills. So I kept all of that from her. And so all of that was like a new experience to her when we moved here. We was living here the lesson. Now it's like it's nothing for us now. We know what to expect with this bullshit. So the driving really hasn't even bothered us since we've been back. It's just these people when they get petty and that little dumbass shit that they be doing here. Other than that, like it's cool. And their food is disgusting. They really don't have no good food here. They have good wings. You just got to go to certain spots. I don't eat a lot of wings anyway at one setting, so it's just I'm just taking one day at a time, y'all. I just am and just hoping things go my way. Did something bite me? Because I keep feeling like I got like a bite mark right there or something. Anyway, trying to think when I'm leaving out. My daughter's ADHD, so like it's getting worse because she's acting really over aggressive. She be making threats. She be talking real crazy. So my daughter's doing pretty bad as far as her behavior. But I'm working with therapists. I'm gonna have to take her back to her doctor here in PA and see if they can start her on some kind of treatment because she's tripping. She is, and she was diagnosed with autism finally in Indiana, and also she has attention deficit disorder. And so I got all those records. I'm just gonna bring it all back here and pray and do everything I can as a mother around working my whole life away because that's all I do is work, and do my schoolwork and think about ways to get money. I don't have time. That's why I be laughing about relationships and men and shit because I'm like, damn, how the fuck would that even work? Like, where would I have time for that? Yeah, because I would have to give up something else to spend time. Fuck no. I'm not giving up my money for no dude. I've been my one childhood friend that lives here, he was getting annoyed with me because every time he texted me, like I didn't have time for him. And I was like, well, I'm out hustling. He said, that's all you care about. Yeah, I told him I went off on him. I was like, you damn right, that's all I care about. I said, because that's the only thing that's going to help me back. I said, none of y'all reckless, raggedy ass dudes. I said, I don't see y'all helping me. You know what I mean? I said, y'all ain't going to have my back and everything. Like, no, the fuck? I would never put a dude before money. Ever. I'm not putting a dude before nothing. Yep, I learned that. It took me years to learn it. It took me years because I accommodated men too much. I accommodated them too much. I cared too much. And so now it's like, now there's nothing in me. It's like, there's nothing. I feel nothing for men. I do. I'm very attracted to them. I still would love fucking and everything like that. But like, other than that, like, no. Ugh. And even that takes up too much energy at times, depending on how they want to act just to get that. Mm. Yeah, I don't fuck with niggas. Like, I just don't. Like, I wouldn't have time anyway. The person would have to live with me. Yeah, they would have to live with me or live close by, or I would have to stay the night at their crib, do my schoolwork over their crib. Yeah, that's the only way. I would have to stay over their crib, do my schoolwork with them, and then how's that gonna be when we probably be fucking and shit, smoking, watching TV? That's gonna distract me from my schoolwork. Then I'm gonna be not wanting to go to work. You know what I mean? They're just a big letdown and a big distraction, an unnecessary distraction. Shit. That's why I be cracking up with dudes like me. I be like, I was like, they just don't know. Like, I'm really not about. I think dudes can see I don't want them though, too. Though I think they can smell it and taste it, because I think I let off that energy, like, and they probably think I got a man, because they probably be like, she seemed real confident, like she ain't even phased to us, and she ain't even pay no attention to us. She probably got a man. No, motherfucker, I just don't want y'all, motherfuckers, Because y'all always slow me down or fuck up my progress, or y'all do something to fuck me up in some kind of way. For real, men are the worst. They will fuck. Even my ex-husband. We ain't even together, and he still kind of fucked me up in the moving process. See what I'm saying? It's, I got political shit I can talk about too, y'all, but I ain't gonna go in that. I'm just hoping that some kind of way Trump don't feel warm in his heart and he pardons Diddy. I don't think he would do that because Diddy did too much things that was sexual and violent. And majority of the people that Trump pardon are not violent. They're not. So or it's a sex offending. Because Trump doesn't play that sex offending shit. He's not a Democrat. Well, he's not anymore. Once he's seen how they were. Um I think that's about everything that I could think of that I just wanted to catch up with y'all. And this was so long. I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, it's a lot. Like it'd be a lot. Like it'd be a lot. But that's all I really gotta say for now, y'all. I still gotta do some of my schoolwork. I got things to watch. I got things to plan for today, which is my off day. And being I work the night shift is dope though, because I can stay up for several hours and still get a good bit of sleep and go to work. So me and Diamond be having my daughter be having lunch sometime before I go in, so the hour is perfect, the hour. However, on Saturday I gotta work morning shifts. So I took that. I took a permanent schedule, a Saturday schedule in order to have a weekday off. So, and that's fine. The job is easy as hell. It's just tedious. It's tedious, but that's like with any job anyway. So it is what it is. And yeah, y'all, that's the story of Melanie right now. They all call me Melanie at work because you know I don't go under no damn Jamela. Yeah. Thank you for watching. For those that do, probably only be one or two of you, and to you, thank you. And stay blessed and pray that I stay blessed because I'm a really good person. I love and put everybody in front of me. That's the type of human being I am. And I still somewhat am like that. I refuse to waste my time on anything. Time is very valuable and precious. Can't get it back. So I'm really like cautious of my decisions now. Like I really am. And I love the person I am now. I really respect this person. I love this person. Like I love this person. Because I wish this person would have been like this in like 2010. You know what I mean? I wish I'd have been like this in 2008. Things like that. Like when I was out in Arizona and I was doing raggedy shit out there. I go back to shit like that. I'm like, damn, if you'd have been thinking like how you were now, you know what I mean? I probably would have made lots of money too. Because when you have so much focus on something, determination, you can get anything you want. So I just wish I would have been doing this 10 to 20 years ago. But better late than never. I am out. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and click the notification bell for whenever I decide to dip back in. I'm out.